All right, always a pleasure to talk to Washington football team quarterback, Mr. Ryan Fitzpatrick. I see the Suns hat. How fired up are you for Phoenix's success in the NBA Finals right now?
Excited. Born and raised in Arizona, and the Barkley years were great. Then the Nash era was awesome, and this kind of came out of nowhere. They've been unbelievable this year, and I tell my boys, we've lived in 9 different places, so they can pick and choose whatever team they want that's hot. So my 10-year-old or my 12-year-old's been a fan of the Suns for about 3 weeks, but we're riding the wave right now.
They seem like one of those teams of destiny, man. They just keep winning. And so that Barkley team was the only time I didn't root for MJ in the finals. And I've been rooting for the Suns this whole time just because it's kind of unexpected and fun, and it's a homegrown team pretty much. Then you add a veteran like Chris Paul.
Yeah, and it's a lot different than, picking 3 superstars and bringing them together. And it's kind of bucking that model right now, which is fun. The ball moves around a ton, and, they all seem to really enjoy playing with each other. So it's fun basketball to watch.
That's cool. So I believe you're in Lake Tahoe for the American Century Championships. How's your golf game right now?
I was a little worried heading in, just a little rusty. Haven't played a whole lot. But I played okay yesterday. It was a shamble, so my drive didn't necessarily matter all the time. Then you played your own ball in after the drive. So we'll see today, having to take my own drives, but I really enjoyed it. This is such a fun event. Great people, great fans. Tahoe's an amazing place, especially this time of year. So this is one of the best weekends of the year.
Did you watch any of the match with Brady and Rodgers?
I didn't get a chance to. I heard plenty about it, but I didn't get a chance to tune in.
You got to get that invite. Training camp is 18 days away. How excited are you for your new situation here in Washington with the Washington football team?
Yeah, I'm fired up. I mean, it's a great situation. A lot of young guys on the team, but guys that had some success last year and, just added a couple more pieces this offseason. The chemistry's been really good. We had our offseason workouts and our OTAs, and I felt like the rapport with the guys, not necessarily just, on the field X's and O's, but just getting to know guys, starting those relationships up. It's a good team, and it's a lot of great guys. And usually if you can build that off the field chemistry, it continues to trickle over onto the field as well. And I really like where we're at right now with a lot of work to go, but I really like the guys we have on the roster.
You can see that coming together, I think. And I was curious. So I mentioned earlier that I do this radio show, right? And people call in and there's excitement about all these things, but my contention all along is there's competition across the roster, but there is no quarterback competition. This is your job. And I feel like in a lot of previous situations for you, there's a young guy, a draft pick, there's all sorts of things. How do you feel about that going into training camp?
Well, I mean, my whole career, 17 years in now, I've had to earn everything that I've been able to do. I've earned it. And so it's the same thing. I mean, my focus is going out there, earning the respect of the guys on the team, playing hard, giving them everything that I have. And, we see where it goes from there. But like I said earlier, I think it's a great situation. It's a great situation for me. This is a young team with a lot of energy, and I can't believe that it's, so close, but so excited to get this thing going.
And how excited are you for Scott Turner's offense?
So it's a little bit different than a lot of what I've done, especially recently. Just different. The terminology is different, but there's just certain ways that you can really attack defenses, and he seems to really get that and understand it. So as we get to game planning and really understanding the guys we have on our roster, and him understanding me and my strengths and weaknesses, as we fine tune those things, I think it's going to be great. And the biggest thing with his offense is it's multiple. We're able to get the guys, you spread the ball around to everybody, get everybody involved, and it's going to be a tough offense to defend just because of all the different pieces that we have.
You mentioned the camaraderie. You've done this, I guess, 9 times now with new teams. How would you compare kind of this OTA minicamp situation with kind of just how you feel about, things have gone with kind of the other teams as you've navigated the waters of meeting new guys and learning a new offense and all those different things?
Yeah, I mean, it's still early, but I just think there's such a positive vibe in the building right now. And I think the way that they ended last year, went on a little bit of a run to make the playoffs. All the pieces they have coming back, the guys that they added, it's just a good feeling right now. And, unfortunately, that's not always the case walking into some buildings, but I think there's an optimism. I think guys are willing to put the work in and want to put the work in. And so those are all good things. That being said, we've got to go out and do it. We've got to go out and earn every single week. And, I'm excited to see how it goes.
I just wanted to cycle back to the golf real quick. Case Keenum was here in DC a few years ago, and a reporter asked him about, how he was so good at golf, and he quipped that all the quarterbacks get together in the offseason and pick out of a hat to decide who's going to be the best golfer. So I imagine this Tahoe tournament is basically that. Who's the best golfer? Who's the best quarterback golfer out there?
Well, I think that definitely goes to Tony Romo. But yeah, Aaron Rodgers is a great player. It's fun to watch all these guys. The one that just is crazy to me that you don't see a whole lot is the defensive lineman. We've got Kyle Williams, who, if you want to know how good he is at golf, just ask him. He'll tell you all about it. But it's amazing for a defensive lineman, 300-pound guy. He's got soft hands. He's got great touch. He's obviously got great power off the tee. But he's the one guy that I love watching play just because it is unexpected. He's not the quarterback, the kicker, the pitcher that, those position groups are usually really good at golf. It's the D lineman that was in the trenches his whole career, multiple surgeries, the big uglies, and he's out here just playing the game beautifully. So I'm excited to see him play.
What's your handicap, Ryan? I think Tress might be the low man in the locker room. Tress probably like a 4 is my guess.
Yeah, I think he is too. I mean, I'm a 12, but I really haven't played many rounds in the last probably 4 years. Just Tampa fishing took over a little bit from golf, and it's just a little bit easier with all the kids that I have running around. So I surprised myself a little bit yesterday and played decent, but I'm not going to compete by any means, but I want to stay with this Stableford format. I'd love to stay in the positive numbers, and that's kind of my goal for the weekend.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Instead of fishing, we'll have to get you out crabbing.
Yeah, I'd love to. I would love to do that.
Kids are tough on golf, man. I was a 14 before my children arrived. Now I'm like a 18. It happened.
Yeah, my 12 hasn't really changed because I haven't entered any scores, but I'm definitely not playing to that right now.
Ryan, we really appreciate the time, man. Looking forward to seeing you in Richmond.
All right. Thank you. Looking forward
Suns
to it.
in 4.
Suns in 4.
I want Suns in 5 because I want to go to a game. So Suns in 4 or 5. Suns in 4 or 5.
Gotcha. Good luck. I hope you get to see it, man. Have fun.
Thanks.